Alright guys, welcome back. I'm just out here doing my afternoon check on these muskrat huts I got out. Like there's a hole open over here. I don't know if you guys can see that right over here. It's getting bigger. It's only 25 degrees out and it hasn't got, that's as 27 as warm as I've seen it all day. But yet that hole, it got bigger during the day. So I don't know. This is getting sketchier by the day, but we're gonna keep, as long as I got them out here, we're gonna try and keep them working best I can and check them the best I can here. All right, so here's the first set of the day of this check. Let's see that one. Oh, that one's still set. Okay. I'm going to try and make a quick run through these here. I got another one just right over here. See, it's funny that like some places the ice is just fine. One step later, you're falling through. Okay. Must have come through right here this morning. And that one's still set. Stuff kind of pushed back in. I don't know. I'm a little surprised by the drop off in catches. I expected a lot of these, to be, on the 5 checks that I'm doing on them, or 5, maybe 6 checks that I'm doing on them. I expected to have, maybe 3 rats out of every one, but that's definitely probably not going to be the case. Little curious, so I only had 2 muskrats this morning out of 14 sets. A little curious if this afternoon, if my catch rate is up a little bit. Because I had 5 yesterday in the afternoon. The first check I had 5, but it seemed like this morning I had a lot of set off traps. So okay, I'm definitely gonna have to bring my hatchet with me tomorrow morning because like all this stuff on the outside is all froze. There's a good chance all my runs here will be all froze up tomorrow. Caught one little stick. One thing I've noticed about checking these huts, I can't tell if my trap is set off when it's down in there, so I have to almost pull them out every time, which I don't like. Because some of these, like this one in particular, the run is in there quite a ways, so it's, I have a hard time getting it in there and set where I wanted it to, and then get my arm pulled out without it moving my trap around. So I just wetted some of that down here in the water here, kind kind of freeze it up. At this rate, I probably don't need a pail to carry my catches around in. That's the only reason why I'm carrying the pail, is to, if I happen to catch a few catches, I can throw them in here so I don't have to keep carrying them around with me. Okay. So this colony trap, I had moved up closer to the house. Oh, dang it. That ice just keeps banging on my shins. It's killing my legs. So right here, I put on like more than a 1/4 inch ice just today. Catches. I don't know why I'm not catching them in there. Like, huge house, and there like was a super defined run coming out of there. I don't know if because it's so shallow around it now, if they moved out of it, because there ain't like a lot of bubbles around it either, like, you know, bubble trail. All right, we'll see how this goes. So I moved one of the colony traps from that last house to over here by this house. You could see, I don't know if you guys could see how cracked up the ice is. You know, that was for me this morning. And it's cracking even more now as I fell through. It's supposed to get real cold tonight again. Well, real cold, down to like 20, so I'm really hoping that it freezes some of this up a little more here. Oh, nothing in that colony trap. Blanked out. Just making sure the door's still working. Get it put right back where, right in the run. Kind of using my stretch where there's no huts here. So that's the one that didn't have any in there. So we got just 2 left on this side. There's one in this house right here, and one in one house up over that way. Both of these had, or this one had one in there yesterday afternoon. It's freezing up a little more around this house. It's not as soft as it was. Can't really tell here what's going on. It's still set, just covered up with debris. So I just took a little more of this other stuff from the house from over this way, and kind of to cover up my hole a little better, because it's definitely gonna be cold enough to freeze them up, I think, tonight. So, all right. Again, I'm not picking my feet up either. I'm just sliding my feet, you know, to try and keep my weight distributed here. This one here I thought was going to be a for sure catch, and I have not caught nothing yet on it. See, and see how much stuff is on my trap. I don't know if they're hauling stuff in and putting it on my trap, or if it's falling in, or why it's really like that. So I just moved that set just a little bit. And the run kind of goes out that way, so I moved my set over just a little more this way in there. So it was kind of basically, if they come up this way where it looks like they should be coming up, it would catch them. But I'm wondering if they ain't going up this way around my trap, so I just moved my trap that way in the house a little bit. But see if that helps. Otherwise, I got 0 catches out here, and I have 2 sets across the road, 2 and 4 on the other end. So the wind is going down a little now. I don't know if it's still blowing in the mic or not, but the wind goes down. I think it might get a little colder here too, which hopefully will freeze up around these houses a little more. I don't think it's gonna freeze enough for me to walk on around the houses, but if it freezes up enough I can walk in between the houses without falling through, it'd be pretty awesome. So I got one right over here. We'll come back and check. And I got one in this little feed house right here. Just trying to be as careful as I can, opening it up. That one's still working. Okay. Pretty sure this one's still working too. Yep. Okay. Well, not good. I'm going to shut you guys off, and when I get down to the other end, we'll turn you back on. Alright guys, I'm on the other end of the slough here. We're going to quickly check. I got 2 on this side of the road and 2 on the other side of the road. That one's set off with just debris in it, the way it looks. It's like they just pushed a big pile of debris right where my trap was setting, so I don't know if somehow my trap being there, they didn't like it or something. course, this is probably my worst trap I have out here. It's not the greatest to trap. I mean, by not the greatest, I mean it's just the way the pan sets. And see, I didn't want to get too carried away pushing that all back in there. Hope just to make sure I didn't push it in and set my trap off. See, on this side of the Sioux, there's significantly more ice. I mean, it's not cracking at all as I walk here. I just set that one off. I just bumped it. I was trying to feel if the jaws were still set open, and I must have just bumped the trigger the way it felt. See, it's like once I get it in there, my loose jaw won't sit down flat. Just can't get, see how my jaw is sticking up, and every time I get it in there it's like it wants to stick up higher yet. Yeah, I think that's maybe the best I've had it set. Alright, nothing there, we're on the move. My mink box was still set. I didn't really show it, but I did look at it. Tomorrow I'll probably, the way this is going, I'm going to do a morning check, and then I probably won't be doing an evening check tomorrow. And then on Sunday I'm going to pull all these two, and that'll be the end of the water trapping for a while now. I don't know if later on if I'll try to come back out here and won't be these particular houses, but if I try a different slough someplace. I didn't really show you that well, but the trap was still set, and I just put it back in there. We're definitely going to need a chopper tomorrow. A lot of this debris is already starting to freeze on the outside. Set off filled with mud. I don't know, I don't understand why or what's going on with that. I mean, I don't know if the mud or if the debris is just falling on my trap, or if they're purposefully piling it on my trap. Well, that kind of sucked, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys following along. I had a few that were set off and no catches. I just want to thank you guys for watching Schmattz Outdoors. Tune in again for tomorrow. We'll be running these again. Yeah, you never know. Things could get crazy, and I could have a pile of them in here tomorrow, and I hope that's the case. But until then, Schmattz Outdoors. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. See you guys out on the line tomorrow.